Welcome one, welcome all to this short video in which I will be taking you through how to complete the Iconoclast Elusive Target for the Mendoza level of Hitman 3. Enjoy!
Morning 47. Your target is Joanne Bayswater, a rogue assassin banished by, how shall I put it, one of our competing agencies. For many years, she was one of their top operatives. However, her self-confidence led to arrogance, putting civilians' lives at risk. Her handler, believing she was becoming a hazard, brought it up with the board. Miss Bayswater did not take well to this betrayal, and went out of her way to seek revenge on the one she felt had stabbed her in the back. Now she has broken free and set up her own business as a final insult to our client, destroying the natural order. They have made multiple attempts to get rid of her, but she is always one step ahead, and this is why they have turned to us. They might be too proud to admit it, but they need the best. One does not defy the gods without consequences. Good luck, 47.
Well, there you have it. That's the mission. And here is the loadout we'll be taking to Mendoza with us. As you can see, we'll be starting as a waiter in the tasting room, and the only other key thing is that you bring some poison in a vial, i.e. not a syringe. You need to be able to deposit it in food or a drink. So running from the tasting room, we're going to take some coins off the counter, as you saw, head up these stairs, and immediately the elusive target that we need to kill here will be off to our right as we reach the top of those stairs, and she'll shortly come over to this area. Now, here a quick note. There is, I think, fairly obviously an opportunity to poison malbec that she asks for a glass of, and if you can find the malbec, which is not too difficult, you can pose as the waiter and try and serve it to her. But I think there is a bug, because it seems clearly intended that you'll be able to serve it to her, but you can't, and so posing as a waiter trying to serve her a glass of poisoned malbec would not work for me. So instead, what we've done is we have distracted the waiter who was watching the food here, with a coin such that he looked behind him where I had placed a pistol. So he goes off and has to get a guard to deal with that, and that gives us all the time we need to poison the food that's right next to him. And eventually our elusive target will come over to this area and take a bite of that food. So as I say, it would have been, I think, a much more satisfying elusive target if we could just serve her a glass of the malbec that she clearly requests from the waiter around where she is now. You can see behind me the elusive target has now started talking to the lady over there who she propositions for business, for assassination business. But before she gets there, she asks that waiter just off to her right at the moment for a glass of malbec. And obviously, if you start this mission with the disguise that I suggest you do, then you will be able to pose as a waiter and poison a glass of malbec and give it to her. And indeed, you can serve that glass of malbec to various people. There's just a bug that you can't serve it to the actual target. Very frustrating. When I googled this, what I saw was that you can, in fact, you can get an NPC to serve the malbec to her, and if you timed it all right and poisoned it and then allowed the waiter or waitress to serve it to her instead, that might well work, and I think has worked for some people, but it's so finicky. I tried this a number of times, and it really is very difficult to get the waiter or waitress to serve her a glass of malbec. And, you need to poison it in advance, so if the waitress serves it to anyone else, that will ruin the whole thing. Anyway, she's just concluding her conversation with the lady that she seeks work from. And I'm sure, by the way, that's another way to complete this elusive target. I've deliberately not watched any of the guides or walkthroughs, of which there are many on YouTube, but I'm sure that's another way to get to her. That lady having her business card has to lead somewhere, so that would also be a fun way to try it. And that's kind of one of the downsides of elusive targets, isn't it? That, you can't really try them in multiple different ways. which is frustrating. Anyway, so she's just talking to the waiter that we distracted right at the start of this run, the one who saw the pistol. She asks him, quite ironically, whether he would recognise anyone tampering with the food, which he obviously didn't because he had left at the point at which we tampered with the food, and he tells her very assuredly that there's nothing to worry about and that no one tampers with the food. Well, as you can see, that went very well for both of them, didn't it? Anyway, so, you know, the audio cues that you can hear there are clearly trying to tell you that that poisoning the food is another way to complete this elusive target. Anyway, so all that remains is to leave the map, and annoyingly, there's a relatively limited range of exit opportunities, but the good thing is that in this disguise you can simply walk through the vineyards at the bottom, which you'll see in a moment. I'll probably fast forward the end of this, but that is how I actually exfiltrate the mission. So yes, that will be the Iconoclast Elusive Target complete with a Silent Assassin rating, no problems. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you may have found it helpful, although I'm aware there are plenty of other videos telling you how to do this with equal aplomb. But yes, anyway, I do hope you enjoyed this. It was a nice quick one, and I thought, you know, a relatively fun elusive target. It took me a little bit of time to work out how to approach it, and was enjoyable, and I like the Mendoza map, so no complaints from me. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you did like this video, please do like and subscribe, and I will hopefully see you soon with another video about Hitman 3 or another video game. Thank you, goodbye.